Hello, and welcome to a new edition of True Audiophiles. So today I'm asking the question, are you a record collector or do you buy records solely to listen to? And I ask this question because, I see these things on social media a lot, and I brought up the topic last week about buying two of one limited release record, and got some flack from people who I'm quite certain are probably the ones that are those people that buy two. But that's okay. Anyway, so before I get started with the video, or go too deep into the video, I should say, I kind of want to just quickly talk about some of the new pickups from this week. So probably the most exciting one, depending on who you are, I guess, is the George Harrison All Things Must Pass, the 50th anniversary editions. Basically what I have done here is I purchased the CD box set, mainly because it came with a Blu-ray as well, which the Blu-ray has the high-resolution audio version of the album, plus surround sound versions of the album. And I have a halfway decent surround sound system, and I enjoy surround sound mixes of music when they're done well. And I've listened to the tracks that have been released so far on Apple Music, and just so if you're not aware, Apple Music has just upgraded their service for basically the same amount of money as they were charging before, which I think is like $10 a month. You can get surround sound versions of your favorite albums if it's available. And the George Harrison All Things Must Pass is one of those albums that are available on Apple Music in surround sound. So I basically have an Apple TV hooked up into my surround sound receiver, and so when I play things like the George Harrison, I can actually get them in the surround sound mix. And, I can't say I wasn't overly impressed with the surround sound mixes, but I was enjoying them. So I really wanted to have that aspect of this release. And also the high-resolution audio from it. So, but I also wanted to have the records. So I bought the 3-record set of just the standard album proper. Ideally, I would have loved to have had the Super Deluxe box set. That was I think it was the 8-record set, but I really wanted the Blu-ray too, and I wasn't going to buy the 8-record set and the 5-CD 1 Blu-ray set just to have everything on record. And, I think I'm okay with having just the standard album on record and everything else on CD or high-res. So anyway, that was kind of my take on those. But then some other big releases that I'm always excited about are the new Tone Poets that came out this week. So we've got Sonny Clark, My Conception, which has Donald Byrd, Hank Mobley, Paul Chambers, and Art Blakey playing on it. And then the McCoy Tyner expansions. So always excited to get some new Tone Poets, and because I'm never disappointed about the sound quality. Maybe, not always my favorite music on them, but I can't say I hate any of the Tone Poets I've ever purchased. So some other stuff as a side note that maybe I'll talk about later because I haven't listened to them yet, but I got a couple of Oscar Peterson releases that are on a label that I had never heard of before, but I had heard some great things after asking around about them, and it's an MPS label, but I'm not 100% sure about this one being 100% analog. They sort of try to make it sound like it might be, but it may not be. But the other one is, or at least claims to be. And I also bought a limited edition version of it as well. But basically, this claims that they actually, audiophile analog remastering from the original master tape. It says that, but somewhere else on here it says AAA reissue series. Again, that still could be some hype. It still may be a situation that they didn't cut the record from the analog source, but I don't know. We'll see. But kind of interested to hear what those are like. Like I said, I've been told the label is supposed to be a pretty good label and typically sound very good. So I'm excited to try those out. So anyways, it got me thinking about collecting records and whether, I collect records or not, or do I buy records solely to listen to? And it was a tough question because, initially when I first think about it, my intention, and I stress my intention, is when I buy the records, I plan on listening to them. And my drawback and my obsession, something I've got to slow down on, is I buy more records than I can listen to sometimes. So I guess you could say that I'm sort of a collector. And I do have to admit that on artists or albums that I really, really like, I am a sucker for buying maybe colored vinyl variations of them. So, and also obviously trying to buy different variations of that release. But that, I think, is more about trying to find the best sounding version of it, where the colored vinyl versions are, quite honestly, it is just collection purposes, really. My intention is still to listen to them all, but, for example, I have all these, which you got the new Prince. I've got 3 color variations of that. One of them is already put away. It's the box set that's black, and this is clear and gold. And then I've got 4 variations of the new Billie Eilish. So, again, all purchased with the intent to listen to them all the variations, because one of the other advantages to buying multiple variations, even if they're color, is maybe one's going to have be a better pressing, so you're not going to have as many clicks and pops and surface noise as one of the other ones. So you can maybe have your player copy, where the one that has the least amount of surface noise and crackles and pops, and have the rest as kind of collection. So anyways, so that's kind of my take on it. I would have to admit to say that I am a collector, although I really kind of consider myself a hybrid, if you will. So I do collect, but my main focus and intention, I should say, is to listen to every record I buy. Now, that's not to say that I'm always going to succeed at listening to all of them, because I still have a lot that I have to listen to and I'm backed up on them, but that is my intent. So what are you? Are you a collector, or do you buy records with the sole intent just to listen to them? Because that's kind of the way I thought I was, but as I mentioned, I'm sort of kind of a hybrid. So, but I want to hear your take. Please make some comments below. I love getting comments, positive or negative, as long as they're respectful. And so we can have a good discussion. I always love discussing things with people who have an opposite viewpoint from mine, as long as it stays respectful. And but anyway, make your comments below. Like the video if you liked the video here. If you want to, please subscribe to my channel. I'm getting close to the 1,000 subscriber mark, which I really would love to hit. And, hit that alert bell, let you know when my new videos come out. Also, you can join me on social media, and I know I said this last week, and I apologize to those of you who are part of my groups or following me on social media. But I am in social media. I haven't been responding or posting much recently, but I'm going to try to fix that a little bit, make it more of a focus to get on there and talk to everyone out there. But I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The links are below to follow me in those places. So that is everything I have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and you have an awesome rest of the day.